On the left side, you got 1440p. On the right side is full 1080p. So which one actually looks more sharper? Because on the left, you're getting more of the frame than you do in the 1080p. So on the left, you got a 4K display, and on the right, it's full 1080p. So you can see a huge difference. The 4K, you're getting more in the frame than you are in the 1080p clip, because the 1080p clip looks more cropped in. Full 1080p picture quality, but one on the left is without image stabilization, and the one on the right has image stabilization. So the image stabilization is cropping in the image. So let me know which quality you like the best, the 4K, the 1440p, or overall, does it make a difference? I think with optical image stabilization on all cameras, what it's doing is cropping in the image, so it's taking away that shakiness, which is very nice. But should you do that to take away some of the actual quality of the camera? So guys, let me know in the comment section below, did you like the 4K quality of the Samsung Galaxy S7 over the 1080p clip? Because when you're filming on the front facing camera, okay, 4K does not have any optical image stabilization at all. That's on the back camera. The front camera can only do 1440p. And when it's doing 1440p, there is no optical image stabilization at all. So basically, you're getting kind of a wobbly effect. You can do 1080p 60 frames per second, 1080p at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 30 frames per second with optical image stabilization on. But when you get the optical image stabilization, it's kind of doing this thing, and I'll show you. And you might notice a little bit of a difference because I zoomed up on my camera and it's not as wide as it just was. And that's what it's doing with the optical image stabilization. It kind of crops in the image a little bit, because even when you use like a Sony action camera, you're going from 170 degree wide angle to 120 degrees with the optical image stabilization. So now I'm going to switch back over to the wide view, and let me know if you can actually notice a huge difference between being wide angle compared to being narrow field of view. And I always think you should have wide angle lenses when you film, especially when you vlog, because you don't want the camera to literally be this close to your face, and you at least want your whole head in the frame. So if I take the camera and angle it up like that, it's looking more appealing because you're getting my full face in the frame. And that's what vlogging is all about, to get as much of your face and chest in there as possible. You don't want to be cutting off your head. But that is some tips on how you can record on the Samsung Galaxy S7. And no, this is not the phone that blows up, okay? It's not the Note 7. But my take on it, none of this video is color corrected or any editing going into it, because I wanted to give you the raw footage right off the camera. So if it looks kind of flat, not that great, it's because I didn't do really any color correction. But this is how you can determine what quality you really want. If you're doing 4K recording, your computer might not handle it. But for me, my computer can handle 4K, 1440p, but when you do the 4K video, when you upload it, it's basically going to make your file sizes really huge. That's why if you do a 4K video, you just render it at a 1080p video, and you're not really losing any of the quality. So if you have a 1080p video and you want to make it 720, you're not losing any of the quality. So you can do that. You can down sample your videos to make them look sharper. But this is just, like I said, a cell phone, and I was sitting on my porch and it was all handheld, so you can see the big difference. With the 1440p, I got my whole face in the frame. With the 4K display on, you can see I got the whole frame in the frame. When I did it with 1080p, it was still in the frame, but when I did it with 1080p with optical image stabilization, the actual image went from like this down to like that, because it couldn't capture my full face, because like I said, it's cropping in the image. So take it as what you will, but This is Samsung Galaxy S7 1440p versus 4K. Let me know what you guys think. What is better for vlogging? And do you like the camera quality I'm using right now? It's the Logitech C920. If I had my other light on the other side of the camera, the video would look a lot better. So, as always, I'm Trevor, and I'll see you guys in the next one.